Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Another episode of GhettoRig for you. For those who don't know, my name is Eddie. This is my co-host Jay right here. Behind the camera, we've got Miggy.
Hello,
And
everyone.
we got some stuff for you guys today. We can start off by talking about that. We can do that first article I sent, that last article I sent you, Miggy, the watches, and then we can talk about vacation and stuff later. We'll
Get
get
this
into
out
the
of the way,
articles first today.
probably. Yeah,
Do a little
'cause
backwards. We usually get into the articles later.
Mm.
Let's do the articles first.
yeah, because I think at this time we don't have a lot of things going on with watches. I
No,
think
yeah,
most watches
not.
come out during the Baselworth or like the art any time any kind of gathering. But anyway, GPHG and things like that. But
Ooh, before I forget, actually, forget this watch one. Look up Siga Design. We already talked about this watch, but they came out with another variation. Siga with a
hey,
C.
I don't think we have. Oh yeah, we do. Never mind, we're good.
Siga Design watch. So we've talked about this watch before, but I saw they came out with another variation. Look up, hit Blue Planet on the top. Let's see. Okay, no, this is the actual listing. So they came out with another one of these that is actually like orange and black. That looks really nice. Go hit all watches and see if you can go to specifically all of the blue planets. Or it might be right there, actually. Yeah. 20, it was there, actually. There you go.
That one, the black and gold.
Yeah, it's black and gold. I thought it was orange.
That one looks cool.
But so I was looking at this watch a little bit more, and the only thing that sucks about it, man, it's a little big. It's like a 42,
But
44.
What I don't like about it's Asia's on there. You know what I mean?
What did you say?
It's Asia's map on there.
Ah, it's not the...
It's not America.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily America. America doesn't even exist on this. See, it's Asian map. Like if they're gonna make this an international watch, why
Is
wouldn't
this
you
a
include
Chinese
the?
watch?
Yeah,
Is that what it
I
is?
think this is a Chinese watch.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do international market, include the entire map. I don't care how you put the map, whether you put the America in the middle, whether you put however you put it, or you put Europe, Asia in the middle, like most people do.
Oh, they made it in white, too. Yeah, they got a bunch of these kind of rotating
Yeah,
rotating watches.
which
Like,
I
they
think
don't
is
work
cool. Like
traditional.
they're really cool, but I like the other one, the Chinese brand that makes that Guilloche watches. Like the
Altier something.
Atelier something, Atelier Wang or Wen.
Yeah,
Atelier Wen.
yeah. You want to actually pull those up? Maybe it's a price to the watch. Altier.
No, Atelier.
Well, then you spell it.
ATL.
I don't know. Yeah, it's right
Wang.
there. When watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I like these. See, like go down a little bit. I like the blue. I like the orange. I see blue a little more versatile than the orange.
These are quite expensive though.
Yeah, these
compared
are
to the
pretty
Siga
expensive.
design.
Mhm.
That's
Well,
for
these
sure.
are all handmade, right? Like the dial is fully handmade, completely handmade. Like go back up. Go back up a little bit more. Right there. Click
yeah,
on
you can
that.
go ahead and click on one of those.
So those little intricate details on the dial are made by hand, hammer and a little stamp thingy, right? It's not a really stamp thingy. It's a tool that the guy makes this, and he's the first Chinese watchmaker that does custom made, handmade watches. Here's the thing: if you want a handmade watch that has really good quality dial, at the very least, I think it's a good buy.
I don't know, man. For almost $4,000, really? You think it's a good buy? Chinese watch for
handmade
$4,000?
watch, yes.
I
Handmade
mean,
watch.
when you take that into consideration, it's like it's saying handmade.
Handmade
does it really
quality-
make it worth that much still?
Yeah. To make that guilloche by hand it takes a lot of
But you're telling
years
me
of-
that the
Might be
watch is
made
worth
in
$4,000.
sweatshops, but
No.
it's still handmade. All right.
No, but I'm saying that I don't think that just because the watch has a handmade dial is okay for it to be $4,000.
Well, I mean, then you can say the same thing about Breitling watches, right? Breitling watches use modified ETA movements that are $250, and they don't even handmade those, and they price them at $8,000-$9,000.
Yeah, that's
See what I mean?
Breitling is a lot of hype there though.
Yeah.
This watch I don't think has any hype in this, selling.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It'll never, most likely, never will, because it is a Chinese watch, and Chinese watchmakers are not known. Japanese watchmakers, with grand sake, have been trying to get into the market for years. They still.
And it's
they're still not
basically a
there.
Nautilus with a circular dial on it. That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
Seiko initially got their big, huge, drive behind them after they got the quartz watches in the market, right? That was
Well,
a big
Well,
thing.
it
Right?
kind of killed
In
it at the
80s,
same time.
Quartz Seiko pretty much single-handedly killed the entire watch industry in 1 year or 2 years.
Because of
Almost
the
killed
quartz
it
watch.
all.
Yeah, because of course
Because of
movement.
quartz
Yeah.
movement.
So it
So
just
I
became
say
so
for
cheap.
a handmade
Back in
watch, I think this is cheap.
1969?
Huh?
Back in 1969,
No, I think back
when
in
they
80s.
introduced the Astron.
Maybe.
Maybe you may be right, but it's basically it's just so cheap and then accurate quartz, and then they started making so many cheap watches that it killed their name, which is one of the reasons Seiko has Grand Seiko now to kind of separate the two brands into kind of.
Do you think if they didn't make? Do you think if they did? Because you got to look at it this way: there are German watchmakers, but not a lot of them out there. The only ones that are really out there is Lange und Söhne, that's listed as with the same level as Patek Philippe.
original? Yeah.
Well, Groschut original, yes, but Groschut is not, still doesn't rank as high as some of the other Geneva watches.
as high as along, yeah, for that's for sure.
The only one that I can think of is Groschut, and they never did anything like Seiko. So if you think if Seiko continued making, they never went into quartz and continue making what they're making, do you think their name would be there? I don't think their name would still be there.
I don't think that. I think that their name would be there almost in a Tissot sense.
No, it's better than that.
No, wait, let me.
No, better than that.
I don't know, because this is the thing, ready?
They'd probably be at Rolex level,
I think
price-wise.
No, I don't think Rolex level. No, I think that they would have from like they wouldn't have their $120 watches that they have now. You know what I mean? That's for sure.
Yes, they would.
But I think they still would have their $500 to $700 prospects.
Yes, no. They still would have their
That's what I'm
cheap.
saying,
I think
Tissot,
they
where
would
the-
still
not
have their cheap
Tissot, but-
automatics. I think they would want to capitalize on all of the market, right? They probably do an offshoot, same thing as they did now, Grand Seiko, to do. But I
don't
think
think they
the
would have
Grand
done the
Seiko
offshoot.
prices would have been higher.
I don't think they would have done the offshoot as long as their cheapest watches weren't anything under $500 to $1,000.
I don't know.
If they wouldn't have gone into such a low price range, they wouldn't have had to do an offshoot.
Well, basically, what I'm trying to say, I don't think unless you're from Switzerland, I don't think watchmakers have that much. Like the Switzerland watch
cool thing-
I
mafia
think
is a
they
thing.
would have Tudor branding.
Yeah.
In the sense where right now you could buy a secondhand Tudor, little old. One of them is not desired for probably around $1,200 on Chrono or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But they still have their $5,000-$6,000 watches, and rightfully so.
No, but Seiko is still at higher price right now.
They still have Seikos at that price. I get that, but then you also have Seikos at $120. You're not buying a Tudor for $120.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think
You
it would
guys
be
know-
around the Tudor branding, Oris.
No, I think it would be more. I think it would be a little
No, I
bit
don't
more.
think
I
so.
think it would
For
be
you guys.
right around Panerai price point.
No. I
You
don't think
wouldn't
so.
be.
Do you guys know what the first digital watch was?
No. First digital watch?
Yeah,
Pull it up.
Casio?
it was
No.
the Pulsar LED,
Pulsar LED.
and it retailed for about $2,100.
Holy
No,
shit.
get outta here.
Pulsar LED. Pull that shit up.
This thing, $2,100.
This thing right here, dude.
God damn. Both of the...
This
both
shit's a
of,
fucking.
all three of my digitals are better
This
than
shit's a fucking alarm.
Even my
clock,
Game Boy.
dude.
That looks like they're still using tube lights in there.
That's
crazy.
exactly what it is, bro.
That's insane. But yeah, that was a hot commodity back in the day, man. You had a fucking digital watch. Damn, dude, you're in the future. It was supposed to be that. It was supposed to be a futuristic concept.
Ah, it's a Hamilton. It's a Hamilton is what it is. It's the Hamilton Pulsar LED. Okay.
It's an American brand, by the way.
Yeah.
BTW.
America. The other cool thing I didn't know was the Swiss-made symbol. You can't put that on a watch unless 60% of the parts were made in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Huh, cool.
It's kind of like with cars. Japanese cars start with a J on their VIN number. If they're majority
Oh,
of
I didn't know
yeah,
that either.
yeah, because in United States, if
My
it's a-
Subaru is just assembled in Mexico, bro. Like,
yeah, yeah, because
So
Tesla.
they kind of do like the Apple thing, thought of in
No.
Japan, but somewhere else.
So, for
That's actually a
example,
good question. That's
it's
a
not
good
the
question.
same. It's not the same in the sense where, for example, you know how the motor, I had to do a swap on my car, right? And I got a new motor in it. The motor I got was from an actual Japanese car that came from Japan and was made and assembled in Japan, right? If you're in Europe, if you're on that side of the world, Europe, Asia, Australia, that side of the world, you're going to get the actual Japanese made car. If you're on our side of the world, you're gonna get the Mexican Fuji manufacturer made Subaru.
So here's the thing why it's like that. United States has strict policies on import and export. We don't like to export. We would like to export more than import. However, we're importing more. But they have quotas on how much they can import. And when you import, they put a tax on it. So a lot of these companies, what they'll do, they'll create factories either in the United States or Mexico. Why Mexico? Because we have the NAFTA agreement, right? So the taxes are not that big. So they can make it in Mexico, bring it into the United States, and taxes are not going to. That's why a lot of them build in Kentucky, in Kansas,
And in the
New
long run,
Carolina,
wouldn't that
South
save them a
Carolina.
bunch of money too?
What's that?
In the long run, it'll save Subaru a bunch of money in a sense, right?
Well-
Where they're basically contracting a separate factory
No,
to
they
produce the
build
car.
their own. Like Mercedes has their own factory. That's BMW
I know, but
has their
this,
own.
in this case, it isn't. It's under a different factory.
I get.
Subaru contracted it out to build the cars.
I
for
see what
them.
you're saying. Yeah, no, but that's maybe Subaru. But as far as like the bigger ones like Honda, Toyota, they have their own factories, built factories that they'll produce here, and that's specifically because of the tax that they get charged on top of the car. So they want to be competitive. That's why they're producing them here locally. So that's why a lot of the cars, like majority, like close to 80% of their cars, are produced in United States. The part can come in from Japan, but they assemble them here in the United States, right? And I think there's a specific percentage number of parts that need to be made in United States for it to qualify for being in the United States, right? So,
Mickey, would you mind looking up the that's a watch with hella history on it, the Grandmaster Chime.
that watch virtually hasn't changed over the years.
I mean, it's basically a piece of history at this point.
Yeah.
What do you want me to look up?
FP Journe Elegante.
Yeah, that one is cool.
This watch is so fucking cool, man.
Extremely cool watch.
It's a quartz watch, which you won't hear me and Jay.
Before, show the bottom side, the other side. If you guys ever seen the other side of a...
No, the case back. Go
Case
up
back,
to
go
the
back
left.
up. Yeah.
There you go.
So if you ever seen quartz watches, they're not sexy or anything like that, right?
No, when you
But
open
this
that
one,
up,
they actually made super sexy.
yes. So you can actually see the where it resonates with the quartz stones and everything, and then they did like a really cool finishing plate. But that's not the coolest thing about this watch.
Flip to the front.
Yeah, flip to the front. It has a
So
little micro rotor.
Before you go into micro rotor, the entire dial is luminescent.
Oh yeah, that is another
So
cool thing about
it's
this
not
watch.
the numbers and hands that are luminescent. The
Yeah, it
actual
shows you
white
perfect.
dial.
That picture right there on the bottom right shows you exactly what he means.
Yeah.
The whole thing is a glow in the dark dial, basically.
Now go back to the rotor. I think this is one of the coolest parts.
The front, the front of the front. Yeah. So you see on the right
Between
towards the
4
bottom.
and 5 o'clock.
Yeah, around the 4 and 5 o'clock, it has almost like a little skeletonized window, right? In that window is a small micro rotor that senses when you put, like, say for example, at the end of the day, you go and you put your watch in the watch box, right? It senses that you don't have it on for a certain amount of time,
30
right?
minutes.
Whatever it is, and it'll turn off. When you pick up the watch, it knows how long it's been off for and automatically adjusts the time. By doing this, the watch, for example, a normal quartz watch will last you probably maybe 3 to 5 years, depending on if it's like a Casio, right? Casios will have that 5-10 year battery or whatever. This watch will last upwards of 18 years on a single battery because of this, because it literally turns off.
He goes into an hibernation mode like a bear.
But the coolest part is that it never loses time. Even though it goes into an hibernation mode, it senses when you pick it up. It knows how long it's been hibernating and goes and it's so cool. When I watched the video, the guy picks it up and automatically just starts spinning, and it knows exactly where it needs to go to. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, that watch.
And
this is why
I don't understand how it saves so much battery though, because it still has to move all of that. You know what I mean? Like theoretically, it still has to move the hands of the hours of telling the time that same exact space, the same exact distance.
Well, think about it. It doesn't have to do all that. It just has to do it within 24 hours.
But it doesn't. No,
it's not. It doesn't go. Let's say you put it away for 10 days. It doesn't spin 10 times or 20 times.
But let me.
It's half a time.
Let me just give you an example, Jay. I tell you, Jay, you got to move the phone from here to here.
Yeah.
Right. and it takes you on whatever 20 minutes. Right? I'm just giving a theoretical thing. 20 minutes. The distance is the same whether or not I do it. Okay, I'm gonna wait 19 minutes and just do all the movement at once, or you said I'm gonna do it in 5 5 5. Right? You get what I'm saying? The energy spent is still the same. You still got to move the phone from point A to point B. How is it saving energy?
I think that this okay. So I think this goes down to actually F. Pigeon him as a watchmaker. He's very young micro brand, and he immediately
as an independent watchmaker.
As an independent watchmaker, and since day one, he was literally right away like propelled to one of the best watchmakers in the world. I think it's a proprietary movement, and no one really knows how it's done. Yeah. No one really knows how it's done and how he's capitalizing on what he's capitalizing on to get this going and keep the same. Because my immediate thought was like, well, it spins faster. That means he has to crank faster. So if he's cranking faster, he needs to use more force and torque to do that.
Almost would use more energy.
Correct.
Doing it that way.
Yeah, that's
fucking
physics,
knows, right?
Like physics has rules, and those rules apply. But he probably saves somewhere else. Yeah. But it doesn't really defy physics. I think it just the way it preserves the.
I guess, I mean, in theory, maybe he saves it because the computer, because it's just a tiny computer in a quartz watch, technically, right? It's a small board that takes electricity, right? Tiny computer. Maybe because the computer gets to be off for a certain amount of time because it's the rotor. So it's probably just because it's off for that certain time. It's like your phone. You don't have to use it, but if you put it on the counter for 2 days and you go to touch it, it's gonna be dead, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it's just because it turns off completely, and the micro rotors would turn it back on. And that's probably where he saves all that battery.
Yeah, probably. Right? But anyway, when I saw that, I thought
it's cool. It's a nice looking watch too.
It's a really cool watch.
And when you hear that brand like FP Jordan, quartz watch, like what the fuck are they making? And then you look at it like, oh, this is some cool shit, man. Like if I want a quartz watch, it's something like this.
But if you look at it in general, most of these brands usually will have one quartz watch, like Grand Seiko.
That's kind of like a statement piece.
Rolex had one as a statement piece,
Cellini.
back in the day. Cellini back in the day. He has one.
And then we talked about, you're right. The Grand Seiko has that double beat, right? That what is it
almost
called?
Mimics an automatic watch.
Not necessarily mimics an automatic watch. It still ticks like a quartz. It goes tak, tak. But if you pay attention, every tak isn't a single tak. It's tak tak, tak tak, tak tak. It's a really cool thing. I watched the video on it, and apparently it helps save energy.
Yeah.
Because what they did on it is they were able to put a heavier seconds hand on the watch due to this. Because so that what they were saying is, if you notice, a lot of quartz watches are kind of limited on the size of the seconds hand because it has to conserve so much energy. With mechanical, you can kind of make the spring tighter or whatever you want. Whatever, I don't know how it works, but I'm assuming you basically tighten it and it can release more energy, right? It may not have as much power reserve, right? Like for example, I'm sure one of the reasons this has 80 hours is because it's got this tiny ass fucking. They put this tiny ass hand on it.
That and plus the spring itself is bigger.
Right.
It's more compact.
Because
more packed,
ETA movement normally doesn't
metals.
have 80 hours.
It's
usually about 36 to 40, I
Mm-hmm.
think, is what an ETA movement, like a normal basic ETA movement would get on power reserve.
It's probably a modified drum that they drop in there with a different metal in it. That's a modified metal to literally retain that. It's probably thinner and more tensile.
That's what I'm saying. So it's probably a combination of both. That's probably one of the reasons they have to use this hairline seconds hand, because they want it to last longer, so it can't release as much energy.
Because this one is
oh yeah, Tudor's known for having the big
it's
hands.
at the very end. If you look at it, it's pretty skinny.
Well, it's skinny, but that little circle is going to give it the weight that for example, a quartz watch wouldn't really able to really have.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's that. I think F. Pigeon
at 48 millimeter. Holy shit!
Yeah, well, that's the length. It's not the thickness.
Oh, okay.
That's the
I was
length.
about to say
because
this
is more. This watch is more popular with the ladies because the way it sits, it's more more elegant.
It's an elegant watch. That's literally what it's called. Elegante. This is a badass watch. All right, we can go to the original article we were gonna look at now. This is
Rado came around when they introduced this crystal that you could basically take a screwdriver to and it wouldn't scratch, right? Like that's how Rado became super popular. However, Rado's always retained about that 1,000 to 5,000 dollar range, and then never really gone up any further.
I'd wear this, especially like the integrated bracelet, the sunburst dial. This is nice. I like it.
Keep going down, Mickey. Let's see what we got next.
Another Swatch and Simpsons collab. What do you think about this, Jay? You know, Swatch has been credited to the watch industry accepting colorful and kind of outlandish watches. So people sleep on Swatch, but they don't realize what Swatch has done for watch community.
When it first came out, it was priced at $50. And they said that it's going to kill the entire automatic watch industry because they produced an automatic watch. However, right after that, Apple came out with its watch. And then that just kind of took a back burner, you know what I mean? So, Swatch, I like Swatch. They have some unique pieces. Would you catch me wearing one? Probably not.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to wear this, but it's cool.
Ferrer,
I like the collaborations they do. Like, it's not only are they doing shit, you know, they own Omega, but technically doing shit with Omega and Blancpain and stuff like that, but then they do like their own weird shit like this with the Simpsons and the other
Mickey
one
Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
They have all kinds. All kinds. They have famous paintings. Now, this Ferrer brand, I've seen it. I've never really dove
like
into it. I don't know much about it. Yeah, they're going with that bigger. I don't know how much I like it necessarily. I think these are. It's like you going and buying like a T-shirt of an obscure designer in Neiman Marcus. That's how I look at these watches. They're not very expensive. They're not Balenciaga T-shirts, but they're also not priced as a Calvin Klein T-shirt. You know what I mean?
It's some weird boutique that you never heard of, but it's got the quality and all these things, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to say what
Hamilton. Khaki. See, I don't like this.
I like the second hand, how he has a little hole in it. You can see the time, because that's your hour marker.
Oh shit, that's pretty cool.
That's your hour marker.
That's really, really cool, actually. The way they, that little window in the hours hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually pretty fucking cool, actually.
But I don't like the coloring choice. Like I can mess with the silver and the white, but the rose gold or whatever you call that color, like that pink, does not mesh.
Yeah.
No.
Then you have Omega. This kind of like a half skeletonized Omega.
Not even half. It's really just that little corner.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually something they released as an homage to like the
Moonwatch.
The Moonwatch. Right. Yeah, you're absolutely right, because you can see that the texture on the dial is kind of like resembles the craters of the moon.
Mm-hmm. Go down. So
Frederic Constant.
Frederic Constant is known for making these type of watches. If you like a Frederic Constant watch, you can pick one up on Jama Shop right now for like $5,000-$6,000, which I think is a great buy. Frederic Constant in that style reminds a lot of Richard Mille. That's the original.
You don't
watches.
even have to go as far as $5,000-$6,000. You can buy their High Life, which is that integrated
like
bracelet for like $2K, which is very similar to the PRX or Nautilus AP.
So this one is
Vacheron,
cool. It's skeletonized, which is kind of cool, because it does take you can tell that the pieces are well made. So that's.
But what do you think of the blue jewels?
They're not jewels. They're screws.
Oh, those are screws.
Those are screws. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you think of those blue screws? I don't like it.
That's Frederic Constant, man. He goes crazy with colors.
That's his thing. He does go crazy with colors.
But what I can tell you, look at that. It's got months on there. Right, it's got the day of the week. It's a perpetual calendar.
Is it a perp?
Yeah, it's got to be. Well, no, I don't know.
It might just be an annual.
It's just me an annual, yeah, because I don't see the leap year anywhere.
Exactly. It still might be a perpetual calendar. There are watches.
Go down. Let's read about it a little bit.
Yeah, if you scroll down, what does it say? It is a perpetual calendar. Yep.
Okay. So I'm thinking if you go back up, I'm thinking that very bottom. Go down a little bit.
The picture.
Right there.
Yeah.
Very bottom circle is probably the leap year.
Maybe. Who knows?
That might be the leap year. I don't know.
Oh, I see where you're coming from with that. But yeah, it's funny. They make, I think, the cheapest perpetual calendar.
Yeah, they do.
For right under 10 grand. Which you said, which was the other one?
No, sorry.
Right?
Huh?
Glashut also makes it a very cheap
one, yeah.
calendar.
No, Sorry. I said Frederic Constant. I was talking about Frank Mueller, not Frederic Constant. Frank Mueller makes Richard Mille, and you can pick one up for $5,000-$6,000. Frank Mueller looks like Richard Mille. Cancel what I just said. Frederic Constant just came in. It's a younger brand, and they're doing pretty well. The pieces are made decent, And they do off out of the picture stuff, right? So it's Hublot or is it it's Hublot?
This is Spirit of the Big Bang. Is what these are
Hublot.
called. They kind of look like that.
I don't
Frank
Hublot. I don't know, man. It's just
You know, right? I'm gonna give a controversial opinion here.
overhyped, man.
Now, I'm already seeing things that are pissing me off about this watch, which for the price of whatever price this watch is, if I'm not getting screws that are aligned on my bezel and shit, that's really pissing me off. I'm already seeing that in this picture. But I will say the case style of the Spirit of Big Bang that Hublot makes, I almost like it more than the Vanguard, than the Frank Mueller Vanguard. I get this is
Yeah, I mean, whatever the case style, yeah, that's fine. But it's a fucking, it's a overhyped watch.
yes, it is a overpriced usually, like crazy overpriced.
And then,
I saw
you
a guy-
buy it and then lose like 40% of its value the minute you
I
buy
saw a
it.
guy the other day. He was showing a Hublot, a Big Bang, a normal Big Bang, the circular one, and he was saying, this watch is a limited edition, this and that. Boom, he shows it. Oh yeah, you buy it for 17,000. The moment you walk out of that Hublot store with that shit on your wrist, it's worth 7,000.
Mm-hmm. It makes no sense. Go down.
Timex.
Timex.
Hey, it's an automatic though.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
still
an
a Timex,
automatic
though.
with a
So if I were to buy,
looks like it might have a GMT
go
complication.
down. Let's see. Does it say the price on this?
It's $250.
250. Go back up. At $250, I would buy a Seiko before I buy a Timex.
I mean, that's a good argument.
I would buy an Orient before I buy a Timex.
That is a great argument, Jay. But let me tell you this: for example, the Timex Expedition Field, right? It comes in titanium. It's about $300, right? There's not a watch that's comparable with Seiko and Orient. You get what I'm saying? There are certain things, or in the sense where, like, I get that it might be worth the value more, but that's the one I like.
All right, let me
You see what I'm
just say
saying?
this.
And
way.
then this one isn't a bad pick.
It's like you're picking whether you buy a Honda Civic, Corolla, Hyundai Elantra, and then you're saying, oh, well, the Hyundai Elantra has a wing on it, so it's better.
No, they're not better, but I like that wing, and it's the one I like. You get what I'm saying?
I get it, but at that point, it's just like stick with the Toyota. Probably
No, but I
lasts
don't
you
like the
forever.
Camry or the Corolla.
Yeah, go down.
The new
Blancpain.
swatch. So they're doing a new swatch with Blancpain in the sense where they had their original 50 Fathoms they came out with, and now they're doing a black one.
Is this non-serviceable? Most likely again.
Yeah, so apparently these are non-serviceable, which is why I will never get one. Because if they were serviceable, I would look at it.
Well, nowadays, at $200, $300 or whatever the price of that watch is, $450. At $450, even if it's non-serviceable, the actual service on this watch would cost you probably $500. That's why they made it non-serviceable.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because it's not really it doesn't have a Blancpain movement in it. It's got the swatch.
So you're ready for this?
Movement, whatever it's called.
If you take your Seiko watch to a Seiko dealer for service, that's $250. So if you pay $250 for your
Let's
Seiko
just buy
watch,
another one.
just buy another one. You
It's
know
like
what I
all
mean?
these guys I'm on a Reddit forum for those Casio watch that I have. And all these guys are always saying, like, one day a guy posted the other day, like, damn, my bracelet broke. Like, where can I get a replacement? Everyone's in the fucking comments like, bro, just buy another watch. It's $15.
Yeah.
Just buy another fucking watch.
Yeah.
What do you mean the bracelet broke?
How much cheaper are you gonna what are you gonna? Makes no sense.
Uh-huh.
So at this point, just buy if you like it, buy it. I mean, and if it dies in 30 years, because now they put good oils and synthetic oils in there where you don't necessarily need to take it every 5 to 10 years. Now, if you do have a Rolex or something like that, yeah, then take it, make sure it's all maintained and it's in good condition. But
I don't know, man. I've heard other opinions on that. I've heard some of those watch guys, especially this one that I watched that apparently he's one of like the OGs when it comes to content creation around watches. He said, man, like, service the watch when you needs to be serviced.
yes, I agree with that
In the
because
sense where he says that he sees all these people, every 5 years. Bro, fuck that. You might keep the watch for 20 years and it still might work perfect.
because you gotta think about it. Let's say Rolex, right? Rolex has the ones that they sell a lot and the ones that they don't. The ones that they don't sell, they could be 5 years at the authorized dealer. Nobody bought them. Doesn't mean you need the service. You go put it on your hand. Now you got 10 years with that watch. So at the end of the day, 5 years, do you really need a service on it? No.
He was saying that mostly the 5-year number is a Rolex gimmick just to get you to come back in.
Yeah, just spend some money. Yeah.
Get you to come back in. Oh, you need a service. Hey, take a look at the new watch we got.
Yeah. So yeah,
I like this one though. The swatches are cool. This is fucking awesome,
yeah, Yuli Saint Ardine.
bro.
They've been making crazy watches lately. One of them is the Freak. If you pull up Freak, Yuli Saint Ardine.
We've looked at this before. It's really fucking cool.
We saw that in were you there? You were
Yeah.
there. Yeah, we saw that.
Remember,
yeah.
we went in
Yeah.
and they replaced the whole tag.
Tag
area.
section. It's all Yuli Saint
Yeah.
Ardine. Yeah, I like if you want a crazy watch, I don't know how much crazier does it get. You know what I mean?
You know, they have one where the guy's fucking the chick.
Yes, they
From
do.
Doggy Style.
Yeah, yeah, they do. They do that. They do that.
Just put Listen Ardine sex watch. I'm sure you'll find it.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. Oh no, they
They
have
got all
multiple.
kinds. They got all kinds. It's
Because
not
the
just
one I know of is that one, Doggy
Yeah.
Style, and then they got.
Yeah, they got all kinds. It's not
That's
just one.
great.
Yeah. And then what happens? You hit the little chime and it starts chiming and the guy's like bang bang bang.
Yeah,
bang,
the chime is him. You
Yeah.
know, ding,
creating the.
ding. This is hilarious.
So, that's Yuli Saint Ardine for you. They're always doing like crazy shit. All right, so let's go. Let's go back to the list. Yeah, go. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Here we can start speeding
Oris,
through these.
I
know there's
like
a lot.
go back up. I like this Oris. I like it because it's basic, very simple. It's probably brass. It's got a calendar on it. Unique way of putting the calendar on there.
Yes.
It's a clean watch.
Clean, very clean watch. Yeah. Keep going. Yeah. Orient. I mean, you telling me you would get the Timex before you get the Orient? I'd get this before I get that.
Can you
Timex.
hit X on that ad, Mickey, so we can get a bigger section of the screen? Thank you, Mickey. Even though I could have did that myself.
I would get this Orient before I get that Timex, and they probably have 95 different colors of it. You know.
That's for sure.
You got your Richard Mille.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that one
Oh,
is
sweet.
that's the watch that they created for polo players. You flip it over so you don't break
Yeah,
the glass.
this is the one that you can flip
It's called
over, and it's got
reverso.
the, like you can have some that are called Duetto that have two watches on them, basically two watch faces on either side. But yeah, this shit literally like slides to the side and goes chuck and flips over. It's really
check
cool.
them out. One of the previous podcasts. Those look
Yeah.
sweet.
Panerai.
Mid as fuck. Next.
Panerai.
I agree.
Panerai.
I agree, Mickey. You're absolutely right.
Brown. They've been making these watches. They stick to their
Man, but they also make my
design.
toothbrush. So
Well, that's what I'm saying. They stick to their design. Like, there's probably one of the watchmakers that never really veered off because they're always on a cutting edge of technology. Whether it's a shaver, whether it's a toothbrush, you know, they're just always there. Breitling,
It's a cool watch. I'd rock this to the casino.
nah, bro. I'd slap you if you want.
you'd look like the prick in the casino. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie.
You look like a douche.
Am I not like dressed to the occasion?
No, that's a douchey watch.
It is a douchey watch.
Yeah, that's a watch that you like. You got a little bit of money.
It's the Ford Mustang watch. Of course, it's douchey.
You guys are just haters.
No,
Nah, bro,
it's
it's a
just
douchey
it's
watch.
because it's Breitling.
Haters.
Yeah, it's a douchey watch. I think this is cool.
Yes, I
Really
like the
cool as
Murakami
shit.
watch. It's fucking awesome. You're gonna see J Balvin wearing one of these. I swear to God,
But apparently, Jay says that J Balvin doesn't wear these.
J Balvin definitely gonna wear that watch.
I see
Bell
Bad
and
Bunny
Rose.
wearing that watch before J Balvin does.
No, I see.
No.
Yeah,
me
I don't
and
think
we've
you
already had this discussion
Yeah.
before.
Bell and Ross, another watch that's meh. I don't even know who this is.
This is a Patek Philippe wannabe Rolex.
He doesn't know what he wants to be. That's the problem.
it doesn't.
He doesn't really know what
it's
he wants
got,
to be.
It's got
Watch.
it's got Big Bang in it. It's got.
But guess what, Eddie? They got the screws fucking aligned.
You see, Hublot needs to fucking learn from these motherfuckers and get some screws aligned, because that shit pisses me off. I'm gonna pay that much money for the watch. I want the screws to be fucking aligned.
Yep.
See,
Oh, yeah, we-
That's
this is
nice
fucking
as shit.
awesome.
I would wear the watch like this at all times. You know what
I don't care about the time. I want to see this. Literally.
But I also be afraid to fuck it up, scratch it and shit.
But the whole point of that side is to fuck it up, right? That's the funny part, isn't it? It's like they're doing all these cool enamel paintings on these GLCs, and literally that side is meant to be the mess it up side. But you're gonna put the nice painting on that side.
Go back up. Every time I see these type of Breitlings or this type of watches, all I can think of is if the world came to if there was like a nuclear war or World War III, you would just keep this on your wrist to use it as a weapon. Like that's what it's only good for, just smacking people over the head.
It even looks like a little grenade here on the side.
Huh?
It even looks like a little grenade here on the side.
Yeah, dude, it's just
just pull this pin right here and your hand explodes.
Like the funny part is Breitling actually has a watch. No, it's not a grenade, but they're the ones who make the watch that you can buy it from the store, and it has this. It's like it looks like it has the normal crown here, right? And then it's got another crown at the top here. That it's not really a crown. It's this little cap that you have to like screw off really, really, really hard and like pull it off or whatever. There's like some kind of special mechanism, and this thing has an RF built into it that is linked with the military. If you pull that shit off, you get fined like $60,000 or 30 or 60,000, some crazy shit. You get fined more than the watch is worth. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
it's not even.
No,
it's not even a nice watch.
It's a Breitling, right?
Yeah, it's a Breitling.
You can keep watching. Keep
So no, I want you to go back to that Breitling watch.
Oh.
So pull up what you're pulling up. Well, so that Breitling watch, here's a controversial idea. I think they're sleeping on a lot of their clientele. If they made this watch bigger, entire Hialeah would buy this watch.
No, bro.
They would buy this watch. Are you kidding me?
He's not wrong.
No, you're absolutely wrong.
He's not wrong, but there, as a fellow Cuban, I will suggest some modification, maybe some gold plating.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
You make this a little bigger. Gold plate this bitch.
But
Make it a lot bigger, not little.
Sadly,
Pimp my watch.
sadly, it's a Breitling. It's gonna cost $5,000 to $6,000.
Yeah.
You can get the same thing in an Invicta for $120. Which
Bro,
one is the guy in Hialeah?
Someone that has 1 kilo of gold just on their wrist will spend the money to buy that watch. Because that's going to be the biggest Swiss-made watch, so they can flex and say my watch is better than your Invicta.
But at that point, they're going to buy the Rolex because no Cuban knows
Rolex
what
is not
Breitling
big enough. Rolex is not big enough.
They're going to buy that big-ass Yachtmaster too.
They're still not big enough.
You know what's funny?
You're right, it's still not big enough.
So you know how the Submariner was the big thing, 300 meters, is it? That you can go diving with it?
Yeah.
Most of the people that own the damn watch don't actually even dive.
No, nobody.
No, never.
Like if you see,
If you really think about it, a lot of the people, like the cars, people own these fast ass cars. They don't actually go that speed.
No.
No.
These extreme sports that people like do, it's just to have it. Nobody actually like can use it to its full potential.
Correct.
I mean, everything about this watch is gimmick.
Yes, 100%.
All of it. The dive bezel.
It's not a race watch. It's not a
chronograph
dive watch. Like it's a dive watch, dive bezel
with a race
with
dial.
a race dial. It makes no fucking sense. It's just makes
It's
no
straight
sense.
gimmick. It's straight gimmick.
And then the brown, the tan doesn't really help it either.
It's got a full-on tachometer capabilities with a dive bezel, and it's just.
It doesn't know what he wants to be. Not design language wise, but design language wise too. But it doesn't know what he wants to be as far as like what's the use of it.
They put a date window in there.
Yeah,
so
see like the donut watch. You know what I mean? Like
another Simpsons.
These,
Another
Keep going
Simpsons.
down. I like this one. I like this Panerai better because it's a little less.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I could mess with.
Yeah, a little less bulky and whatnot.
I think we've seen this one before.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. I honestly don't know what this is. Omega,
It looks like
GMT,
another James Bond.
It's a GMT and a dive watch, which is right up there with the James Bond. Somebody that's always doing activities, right? Chapard. Luke Chapard is probably, out of all the Chapards, Luke Chapard is probably like the only one that's kind of like still doing stuff. The rest of the line is garbage.
That's a badass dial. I don't like the case. I think that the dial, like the dial's so nice and such a cool statement piece. But man, why'd they have to put it on such a bland fucking body? You know what I mean? It's like they took a minivan and painted it with the nastiest paint job ever. You know what I mean?
Think about it. People that have bunch of tattoos, those type of tattoos.
I know, but they could have did something more intricate in with the case. You know
Why
what I mean?
they wouldn't fit with that clientele?
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're
You
right.
know what I mean? Keep going down, because they don't want to take it away from the dial, right? Like so.
Brigade.
Briquet, yeah. I like the offset, but that's about it. It still fucks with my head because it's offset.
Yeah, it's already breaking.
Vermont, I think it's a very classic diver, and then on top of that, well, not a diver, but GMT.
Whatever it is, I don't like it. It's just
It's just it's
very
missing stuff.
It's very dull in color.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, I agree.
It's
with you.
very dull.
What you just said
in
is 100%.
design. It's almost too simplistic, but not simplistic enough.
Yeah.
Constant.
Yeah, for any see, this
That's
is what
a
I'm saying,
badass
like,
dial, man.
I don't know if there's a meteorite dial or whatever they use.
Can you scroll down? I want to look at it. Yeah, you're right. It's a
Meteorite
meteorite dial.
Dial,
Yeah, that's badass.
and it looks like anyway. Yeah,
It's got a tourbillon.
again, it's another brand that I don't know. Mother of pearl. They're using two different kinds of mother of pearl. I guess it's cool, but then again, it's one of those. It's like a
No, I don't give a fuck.
Civic with a spoiler, right?
Orient Star. So what's Orient Star versus Orient? What is the difference?
I don't fucking know, man. Orient Star is the better
It's
line
the
of
Grand
the
Seiko?
Orient. Yeah, basically.
It's the
Or
Grand
Astron, more like Astron.
Seiko? Okay.
But again, I wouldn't buy it, too busy. Citizen,
This is a
Loki
Loki.
Citizen.
This one's actually kind of badass.
Yeah, it's cool. If you're big into the Marvel, I think it's pretty cool. Certina. They used to be really, really popular because
They're
they were
using
from
the
1888,
Powermatic
right?
Tissot movement.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It looks good.
That's got the same movement as my watch.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean,
A little too round. I think your watch is much
So
better.
the thing about this watch
Oh,
for me
100%.
is that it's very squared on the sides, and then it just big circle.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
doesn't work.
The bracelet doesn't work well with that.
Montblanc, they've been
So
quietly
busy.
kind of making their own watches. The cool part about it, like each one of those numbers actually means something on
Well,
the
who
dial.
fucking knows?
Exactly, nobody's ever gonna use it. It's a telemetry, right? So telemetry, you can look it up. I think this is to tune instrument. And is it tune instruments or what? Telemetry is a device, is a specific device. Yeah, you see what? No, just do telemetry. What is telemetry device used for?
Oh,
What
dude.
the heck?
What the fuck you talking?
Telemetry.
I'm trying to type what this says right here.
Telemetry.
Yeah, TELEM.
So that's an M.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, MTRE.
Telemetry device. What does that do? So
Is a physical device used in telemetry. It consists of a sensor, a transmission path, and a display. Recording or control devices. A portable device that continuously monitors patient's EKG.
do telemetry devices in watches. It has to do with monitoring beats. And I think it has to do with music. There you go.
A scale used to measure the distance separating an observer from a phenomenon, which is first visible and then audible.
There we go. So I was
like an
completely
echo-
wrong.
like
So it's
an
kind of
echo
like when
almost?
something goes really fast. Oh, okay. So go back. That makes sense. Go back, cause no, to the watch.
Oh.
This is more like it looks like a pilot's watch. Like if you're flying like F-16s or whatever, cause you'll see it and then you'll hear it and it'll tell you exactly what their speed is.
This would make me think. This reminds me of, I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but how, you can kind of tell how far the lightning was.
Yeah.
How like when you see it versus when you hear it.
Yeah. That's exactly what this is.
Boken.
I don't know.
I don't know
Boken is
what this
broken.
is, but
Looks
it's
like-
Boken.
Yeah, looks like a turtle.
It's titanium.
Seiko turtle.
It's a titanium turtle diver. That's what it is.
Audemars
AP,
Piguet with
that-
their new sunburst dial.
that
It's
dial
fucking
is
nice, man.
Fucking
Look at the
nice.
corners and angles and all of that. It's just nice.
And the screws are aligned.
Yes, very well.
Very well aligned.
Go down.
The screws
Hamilton.
almost draw a circle. Look at that shit, man.
Hamilton.
With a compass bezel.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
I don't
the
know, man.
heck
I don't.
is this
That
thing?
we got a new watch for Donnie.
This is a computer, bro.
What the fuck is this?
That thing
dude?
probably weighs more than my computer in the room.
Probably.
What is everything on this screen?
I don't know,
Yo,
bro. Like
dude,
nobody knows. Even
look at this thing,
Casio
look at this
itself
thing.
doesn't know.
Look at this thing. It's got Bluetooth.
Bro,
It's got a
It does have
receiver
Bluetooth.
of some sort, altimeter. I don't know what the fuck this is. Is this for your
Bro,
pH
if
level?
you showed this,
do you like put your blood on the side and it
If
tells
you
what-
showed
Elevation,
this
probably. I don't
to
fucking
the-
know, man.
employee at Casio and said, "Bro, can you set the time?" He'd be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, he literally would say, "Yeah, you know, YouTube video,
Yep.
2 hours."
Mudmaster. Let me read a little bit about this one. Never mind. This shit's stupid, but
Go down. Fuck it.
yeah, okay, whatever.
The Witcher.
It's
That's
just a
kind of cool.
dumb watch.
I think for a girl, this is a really cool watch. Summertime, they're wearing a like flowery dress. This is gonna go
watch
really well.
reminds me of like I don't know, like a South Korean ballet dancer.
And I think it has an hourly chime.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a Turkish bathhouse.
Okay,
Like the tiles, you know what I
It
mean?
reminds me
mosaics.
Yeah,
of.
mosaics.
It reminds me of Spanish glass.
Spanish glass, yeah, mosaic, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a really nice Cartier. That's nice. I like it.
What tank is this called? This is called a
Probably
tank de
Americana.
Francais, right? No.
Centre.
Century. Okay.
All right, we got it. Did you notice that the stone is red, not blue?
Oh, really?
On
Go
the
up?
Tango Bell?
Oh, yeah. They used it in a different ruby on that one.
That's pretty. That's a little detail.
Yeah, a lot of their
Most
forks-
all of them is blue.
Yeah.
They
All of them are blue.
Yeah.
In this one, they also have a blue.
Yo, did
Oh
yo-
man, look at those little
Blue.
hour.
Yeah, they're
the
blue.
little the little hands. Not necessarily the hour, but the minutes one is it's pretty cool.
two-door? It's probably
Basic
It-
right here.
today's price. If you want to get a banging ass dive watch, this is it.
Yeah, and if you have a big hand, they make a big one.
Yeah, this is
The
it
Pelagos,
right there.
they make a big one.
Period.
I don't like it.
Doesn't
Not a
get any
fan of
better
it.
than that.
And you know, it's got a big name for its large loom. So the hour the hands and the hour markers are very big on that watch.
So Zenith had to go and fuck their fucking design up. Why did you make a watch that looks like a fucking Audemars Piguet offshore? Why?
No, wait. The sad part is Zenith has a version of this watch that is actually nice.
Yes, they do.
But this one, what the fuck?
Yeah, so I don't know, man. They just fucked it up. So
Yeah, so Zenith actually makes a decent version of this watch already. You know, like that. That's nice.
yeah,
You know, it's got its own twist on the integrated bracelet in the sense where it doesn't really look like any of the other ones. The bezel, it's got its own twist on that too. It's kind of got that Christopher Ward
see, this is
style
what
bezel.
it's telling you. They're chasing Audemars Piguet. Look at it. Even with that watch, they're chasing Audemars Piguet.
But at the end of the day, so is every watch company.
Are they though? Are they though? But like, look at Rolex. Which one of the Rolexes looks like Audemars Piguet? Which one of the Patek Philippe looks like an Audemars Piguet?
Rolex came out with their integrated bracelet watch, but it looked like the AP. It looked like this. It looked like the VC.
When was that?
Late 90s, and it was quartz, and it did shit.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, that's just their example, though. I mean, regardless of how it did, they still did it.
I like
you
this
know?
watch.
So I think that
I
you
like
can-
this watch because how thin it is.
you can no longer say that they're trying to chase Audemars Piguet. They're trying
They
to
are,
chase Patek Philippe Nautilus. They're not doing that.
They're-
man.
they're all trying to chase that.
But you can't say that because you're basically saying that anybody that makes an integrated bracelet is chasing them.
Yes,
That's
they're
not
changing
true.
the Vacheron or chasing that AP.
Not Vacheron. Vacheron's not known like that.
Yeah,
Piaget, they make some nice, really thin, like Jay
extremely
said,
thin watches.
really nice
extremely
thin watches that are. That's where
Like
the,
this is actually
how the
thinner
fuck
than
you
a
set
quarter.
the time? There's no crown on it.
I think the time set is on the back.
like the
It's like a
like
little
the Jacob
lever.
and Co.
Yeah, it's a little lever. It pops off, and you set it in the back. Yeah, do a case back.
You know that Bulgari watch was designed by Genta.
Yes, Bulgari watch was designed by Genta. No case. That's not the case back. You said it. I've seen somebody do it, and it's really cool the way they set the time.
What the fuck? Look, go back up. Is that the case back?
No,
Do they
No,
have to
that's
take it
disassembled.
apart to set the time?
no. Go
Damn,
no.
that
Go back.
shit
Go back.
is
Go back.
thin.
That's silver. Go on to that silver watch. You'll see it right there. The button right there. See the button?
Oh, I see the button.
Yeah.
I see the
Is it
button.
this one right here?
Yeah. See the button right there on 3 o'clock?
There's a little tiny button.
Oh, this one?
Mm-hmm. That's how you set the time.
So,
Oh, you can see it now. Look, even in the black one,
Yeah, you can see
you
it
can
in the
see
black
it
one
right
now.
there.
Mhm.
You can see it. It's just really. Oh man, that thing is thin.
It's thinner than a quarter, bro.
Holy shit!
Mechanical watch that's thinner than a quarter? Yeah.
It's automatic
I don't...
because I don't understand. I don't see a rotor anywhere. How would it be mechanical? How the fuck you wind it?
With that fucking button, I guess.
You gotta pull it out and spin it, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
It's cool. Watch. I don't want to see this.
We
Can
got
you just,
Optimus Prime over
can you
here.
just keep
I don't know
scrolling,
what this
Miggy?
is. Yeah, you're right. It's Optimus Prime. Panoramic. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling.
Citizens, keep scrolling.
Tucson. Keep scrolling.
Buy this. Don't buy that.
Yeah, don't buy that. Raymond, keep scrolling. What is this? Maurice Lacroix, keep scrolling. I don't know what that is. Oh, go back up. Go back up a little more. Right there. They're saying that Cartier is bringing it back with this
Correct.
specific
Tag.
watch. Yeah.
Tag. What?
Oh yeah, not Cartier. Tag.
So apparently
Herrera.
the new CEO is really young, and
Mhm.
apparently he's doing some good things. And this watch is something that they came out with recently that
Which
is
is
doing
kind of
pretty
cool.
well.
I like the colors.
I like this watch. I like the finishing. There's a cool dial on it.
It looks racy. It looks like a Porsche colors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I get what you're saying there. Go up a little bit
There
actually.
we go.
On top of that one, I think there's a watch that no, never mind. Sorry. Yeah, long jeans. So I actually saw on a Reddit forum, they were roasting the shit out of long jeans for making this cheap ass watch that has offset hands, so the watch is not symmetrical, and they were roasting the shit out of this.
That's usually people that have ADD that would be doing the roasting.
yeah, that are actually paying that much attention.
Now see,
Alongo
here's the
Zona.
Longo Zona. When you look at it, you just look at the watch and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
like you don't even need to know how expensive it is with knowing that this
It's
is
got
gonna
a.
be
It looks like it's
extremely
got a minute
expensive.
repeater or an hour. It's either got an.
It's a perpetual calendar right there, right away. You can tell.
And usually when they have a
Moon
button
phase.
on the left side is usually the minute repeater.
Yeah,
It's usually a
chime.
button or like a little switch.
Lever, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's for
it.
watches.
Okay, I need to go use the restroom. You guys can start the next thing.
Yeah, we can do this. When should you change your oil? I thought this is a pretty cool article to know, just because every one of us has a car. Unless you have a Tesla, then you
Kinda.
don't need to worry about that.
Super didn't want to turn on yesterday.
Yeah.
Before we even go into the article, when do you typically change your oil?
3,000 miles.
3,000 miles?
3,000 miles.
I
It's
tip-
either. I read it somewhere
gonna
that it's either
sound really
3,000 miles or 3 months, whichever comes first.
This is gonna sound really irresponsible of me, but I only change the oil whenever my mom tells me to go change the oil.
Yeah, that's irresponsible as fuck. So 3,000 miles. Your car tells you how much you have left to change the oil. Your car has a little.
Oh, the actual
Yeah,
light up.
yeah, it'll tell you.
Yeah,
But,
but should you really wait till that actually lights up? That's not really a good idea.
Yeah,
Because
no
when
problem.
when that lights up, I feel like it's
No.
like you need to change it now.
Well, no, it says you need to change it. It's time to change it, but not like don't drive another 3,000 miles with the light, you know.
That makes sense.
But if you're within 500 miles, it's fine. Because nowadays, most car engines are designed in synthetic oils, and designed in such a way that 7,500 to 10,000 miles, that's normal. Like you can go, before it was 3,000 miles, right? Like my car is actually, I said 3,000 or 3 months, but that's in general. But mine is 5,000 miles. So, and it's a fully
does
synthetic,
this
right?
article suggest differently for different types of
Yeah,
cars?
start with that when your vehicle is warranty.
When a vehicle is new, the answer is simple. If you don't want to avoid your powertrain warranty, follow the oil type, mileage, and the time recommendations in the owner's manual.
Yep.
In most cases, you'll be taking your vehicle to the dealer for required inspections and maintenance, and oil changes will be included in that regimen.
Yep.
Some newer vehicles have built-in oil life monitor. This gadget uses algorithms, sensors,
Yeah.
and software that keep track of drive temperatures, cold starts, driving hours, idling hours, and engine revs. You use that data to calculate the oil's condition and warranty and preserving change intervals. Keep in mind that the oil monitor is calibrated for the oil type recommended in the owner's manual. Service alerts are displayed in the instrument cluster. In some systems,
Don't worry about it. It's just a little fucking thing. Yeah, so that right there. That's more important.
when your vehicle is out of warranty, once you're outside the maker's warranty, determining change intervals requires some common sense and an educated guess. Unless your vehicle has an aforementioned oil life monitor, there are often different recommendations for normal and severe driving. Intervals vary widely depending on whom you ask, whether you tow and how often, the time of year, and even where you drive. Severe conditions include if you make any short trips of 5 miles or less in normal temperatures, if you make many short trips of 10 miles or less in freezing temperatures, extreme hot weather stops and go driving, driving at low speeds for long distances, lots of miles on dusty, muddy, salty, sandy, or gravel roads, long distance trailer towing, track driving.
Yeah, so it's basically when the engine has to work overtime, that's when you want to really kind of take care of your oil, right?
So let's say if you're at lunch in your lunchtime, right, and you're having lunch every day, and you're keeping your car on for about an hour, you maybe should get an oil change a little bit earlier.
Yes,
Oh, interesting.
especially if it's in the heat.
So it would make a difference if it's in the cold.
In a cooler, not cold, it would make. If it's in a cold, it would make a difference as well.
Huh.
If it's in cold, you probably the same thing as heat. You know what I mean? But if it's an average, then fine. So yeah, so I say three to 5,000 miles is a good indicator. Unless you just took a cross country drive, then you probably want to fucking change the oil. You know what I mean?
Longer life oils. So there are premium oils.
Yeah,
that
but see,
extend the
I
life.
wouldn't go that route unless your car specifically suggests that you can do that. The engine parts might not be designed for it. So whatever manufacturer suggests, so if it says 5,000 miles, it's 5,000 miles. Don't just put fucking 10,000 mile oil in it and expect it to go that far. Even if you put the 10,000, you would need to replace it every 5,000, right? So go back to that article. So again, recycling oil, right? A lot of times when you take it to the dealership, what they do, they put in what's called a barrel oil, right? They get oil, they clean it, remanufacture it, redo it. So it's recycled oil, and then they deliver this in barrels to the dealership. So it makes a difference, right? Like whether you take recycled oil or take regular oil. No, the technology is up there. However,
Do they
recycled oil
give you
is
that option at dealerships? Do they ask you if you want?
no, they just put the oil whatever they put though.
So what you're saying is it's best to do oil changes outside of a dealership?
Well, as it mentioned, if you still have the warranty,
Of course, go to the dealership.
Do-
It's
do
gonna be
that.
a lot cheaper.
after the warranty, do it yourself.
Okay.
Because if you take it to the 5-minute oil, they're getting the same barrel oil. They're probably getting a shittier brand oil than the dealership does. So it all, it's better to do it yourself because you know exactly what type of oil you put it in. You know exactly what type of filter you put it in, things like that, right? Yeah, so you can't change it every 2 years. Like if your car's been sitting, you probably want to do an oil change. Like if the car has been sitting for 2 months, a month, do an oil change. You know what I mean, before you drive it, because there's sediment and things like that. It separates. It has water in it. Separates the water. Like you don't want that, right? So maintaining a car is pretty important. It just kind of, as it said before, it just maintain some, common sense. Some of those 10,000, 12,000 mile oils that some like BMWs are known for doing 10, 12,000 miles. That's probably once a year, but I say if you do it twice a year, 3 times a year, you're basically safe.
Google's having layoffs?
Yes.
How come?
Google is having layoffs. eBay just laid off a bunch of people. UPS is having layoffs.
Is this part of the AI revolution?
No, this is part of the economy taking a shit.
Huh.
Yeah, and not taking a shit. If I'm guessing correct, is gonna come in a form of retail real estate, meaning not homes. It's not gonna be people not paying mortgages. It's gonna be companies selling the buildings for cheaper than what they're worth. I was looking at this data. Some companies bought some buildings in 2008.
What you're saying is that businesses are gonna start going out of business.
Well,
and
no, they're not gonna go out of business. They're gonna start selling those properties
But what you're saying
because
is
no
it's
one
gonna
is
be more
using.
profitable to sell their place than to just go out and do their business.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people are working from home, so they have these buildings that are cost. You have to maintain them, so they're gonna end up selling them for a lower price. And if the economy tanks and they're and they're taking losses, businesses are taking losses, which most likely is going to happen, they're going to end up selling their buildings for cheaper. And that's where the next crash is coming, in my opinion. It's going to be in the retail space
Has
and
their
company
stocks
space.
gone down as a result of this, or?
I haven't looked at the stock market lately. I try to shy away from looking at the stock market every day, just because it's
It's a good idea. It kind of fucks with
yeah.
you
I'm
a
not a
little
day
bit.
trader. I don't need that. It does fuck with your head and how your money is moving. It does fuck with it. So
So it says here, Google has now chosen to sever ties with its third-party contractor, Appen, instead of taking the layoff route. The shift away from renewing contracts stems from a preference among AI model developers for special generative AI services over traditional manual. So it is a little bit about the AI
yeah,
revolution. This also signals a broader trend of companies tightening their belts on AI training data expenditures. Appen, once a linchpin in training some of the world's premier AI systems for Adobe, Salesforce, and NVIDIA, faced a downturn in its fortunes following a change in leadership. I've heard of Salesforce
yeah,
in my line of business before. Is
yes.
Salesforce just a
It's a CRM,
okay?
client relationship management system.
Um, I think the if you get a degree on Salesforce, it can pay you a very good chunk of money.
Yeah, because you're working in IT at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything in IT right now is probably highest paying jobs are in IT right now, and coding, specifically coding. Next thing is probably AI, machine learning. That's gonna kick off, right? Right now, it's only super smart people are doing that shit.
Do you think
But
how do you think the training is going to be for AI models and stuff like that? Do you think it's going to be based on this person can like really ask good intricate questions to the AI that can yield results?
so there was this article that I read, and it was about when you go to Google and like, hey, give me a random number. Well, machine cannot determine what's a random number, right? Like they have a very unrandom way of getting random numbers. But if you don't understand how the system works, it comes up as random number for you.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a system that they produce this random number, and because of that, it's not truly a random number, right? It's not just like if I ask you, give me a random number, give me a random number.
7.
There you go. That's a random fucking number. It's just a number out of nowhere, right? Computer doesn't give you that because they have to follow the system. So AI learning is here's the issue with that. And Elon Musk had a big thing with the CEO of OpenAI, right? Because they Elon Musk actually helped start OpenAI,
Mm-hmm.
right? The ChatGPT OpenAI.
Did he?
Yes, he was the one that started the OpenAI. But then they got in an argument with the CEO because he was saying that AI could be dangerous for humanity. That's why he went on his own and opened his own fucking AI thing
Hmm.
to control the other AIs, right? So the problem with the AI is if you train it too smart, it will take over the planet. If you don't train it enough, where's the gray line, right? Like, where's the gray line? They just came out. There's this OpenAI company that came up with it's basically a AI tool that it's a poison pill for AIs. I think I have the article up there, and we'll talk about it if you want to bring it up. It was one of the ones on the right hand. Is that go down? Yeah, that's the one. This is the one. So AI poisoning tool Nightshade received 250,000 downloads in 5 days, beyond anything we imagined. So the way this does, it embeds another picture within the pixels. So when somebody downloads this and tries to
Is
copy
it
it
within the pixels or within the picture code?
within the pixels,
I thought it was like within the code of the image.
well, within the code of the image on the pixels, right? It puts a
Okay.
different. So when AI does download and they want to change it, it literally gives them something completely different.
It's like a
It could be a car, now it looks like a purse. So artists are using this for AI not to steal their product.
yeah, it's a watermark.
Yeah, it's a watermark, but it's a watermark in a sense that it's literally ruining what AI is trying to do. So I think this is the beginning of Norton. You know how we had Norton antivirus?
Go on what you just said a second. You said it's the opposite of what AI is trying to do.
Well, no,
Elaborate.
what it's doing is preventing AI, people stealing it and modifying it with AI and making it their own.
Okay. Okay, I see
See
I
what I
see where
mean?
you're coming from. Okay.
So I think this is what Norton antivirus became for computers. This is becoming what Norton antivirus is going to be for computers. Now this is becoming the Norton antivirus of AIs.
I see that. I
And
can see
this
that.
company is trying to go that route. But they started with, with paintings, right? Because it's for artists.
They're becoming the police of this
Correct.
new technology.
Correct. And Elon, his AI company was specifically created to police AI. That's why he went and spoke, and that's why he went and spoke at the convention, AI convention, to tell world leaders that, hey, listen, we need to monitor AI. We can't make it too smart because it will not only replace people, but it will actually eliminate people because people will be irrelevant at one point. Now, Neuralink fits its first human patient with a brain interface, which is kind of cool. So the way Neuralink came about, he wanted Neuralink to be smaller, but because they couldn't fit the battery in there, they're trying to come up with ways. And he told them, he's like, why don't you make it round? He goes, a human skull is round in the inside. Why don't you create it round to fill in that space as opposed to making it flat and try to put a battery in it? So they did. You know what I mean? Which kind of made the Neuralink actually a bit smaller. Well, first when they made the Neuralink, it was like very complicated pieces, wires everywhere. He came and looked at it and he goes, this is shit. He goes, design one that's all one together. He goes, this doesn't look sexy. Nobody's going to want this in their brain. You know what I mean? Make it nice. And they, with reiterations, they came out with a new Neuralink design, which is that.
I mean,
and they just outfitted the new first person with it. So,
the first human received an implant from Neuralink yesterday and is recovering well. Elon Musk announced a milestone moment at his brain-machine interface company after a surgical robot successfully installed its first human brain chip.
And the girl that runs or ran the Neuralink part of his company is actually, he's not a girlfriend to her. She was a single young lady, very smart, and he was the sperm donor for her twins. So Elon has 11 kids. And that lady runs she's the CEO basically. They became very close, became friends,
So,
and then maybe
says
little
4.5
smash and
years
grab.
ago. 4.5 years ago, Musk said Neuralink hoped to have its first implants machine installed in humans by the end of 2020. Adjusted for Musk's famously optimistic approach to timeliness, the company has delivered right about on time.
Yeah, which is correct, because he's always says things are gonna happen faster, but they don't.
Right.
So did you guys see what the Neuralink can actually do?
So I've heard theories, but what is this first one? What can it actually do? This first one.
So the thing is, it doesn't really do a crazy amount of things. So it connects to devices.
Yes.
So it's like AirPlay. So it's
Yeah.
like a Bluetooth device that connects
Yep.
to things, and what you can do with it is it can have a cursor, and with your thoughts be able to control the cursor,
Mm-hmm.
so you can
Yeah.
type on a keyboard.
And they
Think
did
of
that.
think of it as a mouse.
Yeah. So the reason he did that is because he was typing a text message. He's like, bro, it takes such a long time. What if I could just? Isn't there a device that can think of it and he just types it for me? That's how the Neuralink was born. And then what they did, they trained chimps, right?
To
To, like-
their eyes.
Yeah, to like first touch it with their hands, and then they'll remove the touching part, and then we just look at things and it start moving, and that's how Neuralink was born.
Apparently, he wants to make it so that it thinks so quick and that you can type so quick that you may be faster than an auctioneer.
Which makes sense, because texting takes a hell of a lot of time, bro. I dislike texting.
How about you can become quick at it? I'm pretty fast.
But you'd go to the extreme of getting a device just so that you can type quicker.
But when you type, it's usually to friends. Yes, no, maybe like a quick sentence. Every time I need to say something that's important, I'm doing it on a voice, right?
Not
But
necessarily.
again, this is only for the first phase of Neuralink.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's going to be some,
good.
you know,
This could be more
updates.
iterations
There's
of
gonna
it,
be
yeah.
an iOS 18 coming up for it.
Something like that.
Talking of iOS 18, one of the biggest updates for Apple, it's been rumored. I don't know what it brings, but let me check it out.
Well, this is going to be just speculation at this point. The Apple hasn't leaked exactly what they're going to do.
So they expect major AI features.
which they say every fucking time. Siri's gotten better.
RCS support.
Well, AI is Siri isn't a smart assistant. That's not what an AI is technically.
Yeah, yeah,
But
but
Siri can't have a conversation. Siri doesn't learn.
yeah, yeah. So, but what they're basically saying is that they're gonna train Siri better.
Yeah, it's just mainly AI development.
The fact that ChatGPT has been out for this long and I still don't have it as my Siri integrated with my Siri on my phone is kind of pissing me off.
Wait,
You know what I mean?
What do you
Yeah.
mean? They haven't.
That the technology is out there, just because of the fact that people are scared of implementing it.
Well, they're not
and
scared of
also that
implementing.
it's money.
Well, none of yeah, exactly. It's money. Apple is like, we're not taking anyone else's product. That's why to this day, like Google has better products for iPhone, but Apple is saying nope. You still use my mail application. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just
I don't. I use Gmail, bitch.
yeah.
Because the
Everyone
best-
else does.
Like because the thing is with Gmail, you can add it all. I can add my
No, you
my
can do that
Hotmail
on
to
you
Gmail.
can
I
do
know
that-
you can do that with mail,
Yeah,
but I
but
still use Gmail.
Yeah, the versatility is not there. You know.
Yep.
I think the AI or the UI looks better for me.
On iPhone.
UI for me is big on a lot of things.
On iPhone.
You like the
Oh,
mail
hands
UI
down.
versus Gmail?
On everything. I like a nice clean UI, easy to read. That's not
Hands
confusing.
down up that the Steve Jobs' idea was to create something for people that don't have to, like, you know how people like, oh, I don't like to eat chicken wings. Why? I don't like to fight with my food. That's how I feel like every time I pick up an Android food, I feel like I'm fighting with my phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why
I mean, at the end, no. When it comes to basic necessity and usage, they're basically the same. Like we did have that. We were arguing with your brother and your sister the other day. Like for example, here's one specific example where Android is a little more annoying than iPhone. In the sense where iPhone, there's only one iPhone. There's only one brand that runs on iOS, and that's Apple, right? So when you're doing like a new phone, old phone to new phone, doing the transfer, it's very, very seamless. It even sets up your phone just like the old phone was. It'll do your wallpaper. It'll put the
Yeah.
apps exactly in the same coordination. It does all that shit.
Yeah.
Downloads the ones you had before, your phone, all that, right? With Android, because there's so many different companies that use Android and there's so many different versions of Android. Like, for example, if I go buy an Android, like a OnePlus, and then I buy a Samsung, they're a little bit different, right? I mean, you say that Android is so much easier and simpler, but
no, it's not. I'm
it's
saying
not because,
Apple is simple.
for example, I gave my dad has a OnePlus, right? When his phone broke and he went through the whole thing that he went through, he bought a Samsung, and he was pissed that shit didn't work, and it's not just because it's a little bit different. But what I was saying was, between transferring the phones, the thing that makes it annoying with Android is because there's so many different companies that provide Android devices. There's like 3 or 4 different transfer methods. You got like the Google. You can do it with Google. You can do it through Android. You can do it through Samsung Transfer or OnePlus. Like they all have their own
Yep.
proprietary ones, plus the Google and Android one. That shit's annoying.
Yep. So Miggy, go back up. So this website is, if you're big into perfumes and smells and things like that, I think it's a pretty good research tool, right? So go to on a tab where it says perfumes, click down and then go to awards. And then pick 2023. So every year they put out the awards for, year 2023, 24 will come around, 22 will come around. Anyway, so people vote on these, right? And then you have best perfumes for women, best perfumes for men. Just go on men for just for the hell of it. So best perfumes for men coming up as Miggy's favorite, as one of the best perfumes, right? Click on that. So
You
as
like
you
that
pull
one,
up,
Miggy?
Yeah, dude, that's the one that I was telling you.
Yeah.
Smells like sex.
yeah, you pull this up. It's pretty popular.
But see, man, real sex doesn't have that great of a fucking smell, bro.
You need to wash your ass.
No, I mean there's sweat involved.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right off the bat, I can tell you without even going any further, I can tell you this is more of a winter fall smell, right? Because of the things that they have in there. So go down, maybe the aromatic greenness, and go back up a little bit more, right there. And people basically vote on this when you can wear this perfume and what time of the day you can wear it, which is a really good tool,
Okay.
right? So this specific one is designed for winter and fall, and it's designed for nighttime.
Yeah.
Daytime maybe, but it's definitely not a spring or summer, right? On a hot day, you want the fresh scents. You don't want these vanillas and ambers and musks and things like that, right? So go down.
But ready? I have a caveat for that. That Azaro Chrome that my mother gave me, it's kind of a fresh, clean scent. It's not the best day scent in the sense where like
It depends on the intensity of it as well.
right.
You don't want to wear a light scent during or you don't want to wear a very intense
In a hot
fragrance
summer
during the
day, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So go down.
Even though it's clean, it's intense
Yeah.
enough to where it's too much.
It
Right?
gives you like the notes, exactly what notes you're going to smell, top, middle, and base notes, because all of this is important, right? Because it's how it dries down. Because first you're going to smell the top notes, then you're going to smell the middle notes, and then it's going to dry down and you're going to smell the base notes, right? So it actually changes its smell. Every perfume changes its smell as the time goes by. And it also indicates how long this is going to last on your skin, right? Like you can spray on it, people will smell you, let's say 4, 5, 6 hours, and then after that, you can still smell, but they have to get close to smell it. It doesn't have the what's called ciliage, right? So go down a little bit more, and
That's
it
what
gives
they
you the
call it when the
ciliage.
when it's still like
Mhm,
an,
fills the room.
uh,
Yeah, so it gives you the popularity of it and the trends, right? Keep going down, and then also right here, go back up. It gives you as far as longevity, and people
Ciliage. Oh my
bet-
god.
yeah, people vote on this. So as you can see, people basically are saying that it is pretty long lasting and it's pretty strong, which means if you walk in a room, they know what it is. Go down, and then it gives you some of them that are kind of like
Price
similar,
value.
whether
okay.
it's a male, unisex, and a price to value, right? Now type in red tobacco on a very search on the very top. That one right there. Yep, go down. So again, so this is going to be again a winter smell, right? Because it's very heavy, smoky, tobacco-y, blah blah blah. But go down. So with that Jean Paul Gaultier, you can get away with 5 to 6 sprays. With this one, only 3 sprays, and that's going to be the end of it, right? Pull up the other one. You pulled up the intense. Pull
See,
up
I
the
think
regular
that
one.
any decent perfume, anything over 4, you're pushing it.
Yeah, so between 3 to 5 is a pretty good range for a good perfume. But see this tobacco, like this, the original one, Montserrat. Keep going down, down. It's a winter smell again because it's heavy smells, heavy spices. Keep going down right there, like Eternal Ciliage is immense. So with this one, you can like if you do more than 3, you're literally gonna choke people, right? Now if you go to do Hawas, Hawas.
Do you guys spray on your skin or your clothes?
Hawas Rosasi. Yeah.
Skin or clothes? What do you guys spray on?
You do on your with erogenous zones, right? Like behind your ear, 1, 2. You can do in the back, so as you walk, it smells, right? And then technically you mist it up and you just kind of like roll around that shit. But depends on how strong the perfume is, right? Like some of them don't last that long, especially. Then you got to do a lot of sprays. Even if you do 15 sprays, right?
The
15,
fuck?
Even if you do 15 sprays is only about 1.5 milliliters. You buy a 100 milliliter bottle, you're going to have that for 100 days. So
But
almost
15
2
sprays.
months.
Holy shit.
15 sprays is a lot, but there are colognes like some of those CKs that you buy in TJ Maxx. Let's say if you do buy them, you're going to need 15 to 20 sprays to get that to keep on you for 2 hours. You
yeah,
know
but
what I mean?
then for the first 30 minutes, you can't sit in a room without getting high.
Well, in that room, no. In that room, no. But like as you walk out and you continue your day, then you'll be fine.
Yeah,
but go down.
My go-to is 1 spray on each side, 1 spray in the back, and then 1 spray on my right hand.
Don't do that.
Rub it right here.
Don't
Just
do
a little
that.
bit.
You'll ruin it. You'll
What
ruin
am
the
I ruining?
perfume.
I already sprayed my cologne.
So
where I need to.
anytime you add heat and you rub it and you get heat,
It's not like I'm fucking using hand sanitizer
listen,
on my face.
I'm telling
It's
you,
just a
ruin
quick
the oil.
pat.
You ruin the oil. You can pat. Pat is okay, but the minute you do this or the minute you do this, it ruins the smell. I'm telling you. Like it ruins the smell.
I don't know, man. It works.
I
for
will
me.
tell you
It works
this,
for me.
Mickey. I will tell you this. Anecdotally, I know that with certain perfumes and colognes, Jay is absolutely right. Like for example, the Chanel de Bleu. If you get the gold one, the strongest one, the one your uncle got me. If you spray that shit and you rub it, it smells like shit.
Smells like ass, donkey ass. Because what you're doing is you're rubbing all those smells together that you're supposed to smell gradually, and
Again,
it tastes.
fellas, just don't rub it on your face like it's fucking.
The
hand
point here
So
is
Emily went to go use it one day, and she's like, "Why does this smell like this? It doesn't smell like this on you." And I'm like, "How'd you put it on?" She's like, "I did this and I rubbed it here." And I'm like, "That's why you rubbed it."
Yeah. So this one, Hawas Rosasi, right? This is an Arabic brand, and a lot of people sleep on Arabic brands, which I think is stupid, because Arabic brands will make a lot of dupes of very expensive perfumes, and they smell just as good, if not better, and last just as long, if not longer. So, for example, this one is, look, fruity, citrus, aquatic, fresh. So this is more of a go down. This is
Have you
more
ever
of a
tried
gonna
one
be
of those
somewhere in
oil ones?
Yeah, I've tried oils. It depends. Again, oils usually you need the alcohol in there to get that projection lasting. If you don't have the alcohol, it doesn't last. But alcohol is also a thing that also evaporates when it's hot, right? So you get rid of the smell quicker. So this Hawas is pretty fresh. This is more of a summertime and a daytime cologne. It's very fresh scent, kind of like smells like you're just kind of chilling on a beach or by the boat. You know what I mean? If you go back up, you get like these like the
it's very
citrus, the
fresh,
bergamot, the apple, the water notes. Like what's a water note? Like
See, the only smells that I've seen on these lists that I can probably recognize is gonna be
Tobacco.
not even maybe tobacco for muskiness and
Lavender.
cinnamon, lavender, and then what's the
citrus,
other
lemon.
one?
You're gonna pick that out like that.
But I just say like it's fresh.
Yeah.
Vanilla. That's a big one.
So
Vanilla. There you go. That's the one I was gonna say. Vanilla. That's the only one
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna pick out. Vanilla and lavender are the two
Yeah.
biggest
So go
ones.
back up and put in the no yeah in the search put in Aqua de Gio, and then do Perfumo, the black one. Yeah.
Profumo.
Yeah, that one. And go down and look at the smell. So
I'm
look,
gonna shed a
go back
tear.
up, go back up, go back up, go back up. So when they designed this perfume, this is basically designed for any time,
All the
really.
time.
Maybe not so much for winter, but any time, really. Go down. Top notes are literally water. Like you smell water and citron. And then after that, it goes into the incense at the very dry down. That's where the winter comes in, right?
Oh,
so-
dude, that was such a great fucking cologne. You can't get that shit.
No more. They're discontinued. So now they have the new one, which is their perfume version of it, which doesn't last as long, doesn't project as long. But keep going down. Yeah, this was literally named as one of the stronger perfumes to, have.
It looks like
But
it
anyway-
lasts long, but it doesn't have the best ciliage of compared to the other ones we're looking.
Correct. It doesn't carry as much, right? Like the one that they made right now is the third one in the middle. You see, that's like a smoky gray bottle.
But it
Down.
still smells very good.
No, go one more over. No, go back. That's the original. They made original, then they make the perfume, make it a little bit
The
stronger.
third bottle, I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That's the newest one that they made, but it doesn't last as long. So if you go down in a trends, as you can see, it's just not there, right? Like it's trending on both moderate and long lasting. Time wise, it doesn't last as long either. So with these, basically what I'm trying to say, a lot of times people say, well, I'll spray a perfume. This perfume is shit because you can't smell it after 2 hours. It's because you didn't spray enough of it, right? Or the ones that they walk in a room and people are like, oh, what the fuck? You spray too much of it. Like you kind of have to understand what perfume you're buying and how much of it you can spray on. That's like the bottom line.
That
Now-
Valentino smells really good.
Yeah. So this is for year 2023, but I want you to pick up all-time favorite. Go back out and then pick out all-time best perfumes. Go back into that list. Go down. Keep going down. keep
There you
going
go.
down.
Best men perfume
Yeah,
all
there you go.
time.
So as you can see, this is voted as the best men perfumes, and you can see some of the classics. You have your Dior's. That one is extremely heavy.
I'm really glad that this is in this list because this is what I want to get.
So that one, if you want to get that one,
I think it might not be this one though. I want the red sport version.
Red Sport one is going to be a little more cleaner and fresher. If you want to get this one, come over by my house and smell it before you buy it because it is a very heavy smell.
I got
Little bit
I got
viejito smell.
I got a sample.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, it's very like woody, right? Yep.
Yeah, but the newer versions are a little bit different than this original. This was produced in 2011, and the only one that gets close to it is the 2014 production that you can only get outside of United States. Go back up. So again, Bleu de Chanel, the Terry Hermes, those are both fresh smells. And then you go into the niche brands like Layton's, like those are like $300-400
That one I've never
bottles.
heard of.
The Sauvage Elixir, I think, is a good bet. People hate on it.
I don't like it. It's too strong.
I love that
It's
shit.
too strong in the beginning, first 30 minutes. After that, it mellows down and it's fucking
If you don't,
amazing.
you say it's too strong.
I can agree.
Just buy the normal Dior then.
I have all of them.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but the perfume and the elixir.
It's
It's too.
that very
it's
first
way too
note-
Woody. You know how I actually like the other one because it's woody. This one is way too intense.
No, it's not that.
I know what
woody.
it is. It's
maybe
the pepper.
maybe it's
Go
that
down.
spicy that it has. Yeah.
Go down. It's the pepper that hits you. First 30 minutes, you get hit by that like cardamom, like almost like peppery smell into your nose. Cardamom, nutmeg, like that's what hits you first.
The cardamom and the cinnamon. That's what fucks with me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really like the.
But then
Dior.
once it
does
dries down,
mellow.
it's really
I will
good.
agree, it does mellow, and I will say it does last a fucking shit ton.
Yes.
Because you can put it on clothes, and 2 weeks later,
They still smell.
it will still smell.
Yeah,
like
if you don't wash your clothes, yeah. Go back to the.
That's how the
So
gold
look,
Chanel I have.
Creed is here. Like, see, Dior 2014 Dior is on the list. That's the same iteration as the one on the top. Now, Aqua de Jo is still there. Tom Ford Ombre Leather is on there. You know, some of these brands, like, see, there's your Blue Chanel Intense perfume is on there. You know, Fahrenheit, which is like all this time itself, right, is still on there. They made that in 1988. It's on that list. And people
Holy
keep
shit.
voting for it, meaning that, saying that this is really good, right? So, basically what I'm saying is when you buy perfume, do your due diligence and buy the one that suits the time of the year, the daytime you're gonna buy it. But if I were you, and let's say you had only like $150 worth to spend, I'd say a good Mont Blanc would do. Mont Blanc, either the white, the silver, or the
I
black.
don't like the Mont Blanc.
I actually have the Mont Blanc Explorer, the black one.
Yeah.
It's very good. I
Yeah.
love it. Lasts a very long time.
Yeah,
It's not too woody.
And
to
it's
the
not
point
too
where
expensive.
It's super intense. And yes,
not
It's
expensive.
very similar in. We could actually double check this, but I was told that it's very similar in smell to Creed Aventus.
yes, it is pretty similar to Creed Aventus. But if you wanna, here, don't go anywhere. Go down.
Oh my God! Can I
Stop.
move every time I try and move
Stop right
the
here.
page?
if you want a cheat code, see that bottle with the white label on it, Sidra Boys Montserrat.
This one.
That one. That one is like the mix between the Creed and Explorer. And this bottle, the full bottle, you can find it for $50. Even though this is a $200 perfume, for whatever fuck reason, I don't know why, it just doesn't keep its price. And you can buy it off Joma Shop. I think everyone should just shop on Joma Shop. Shout out to Joma Shop. You should support us, guys. But yeah, and the newest one that's everybody going crazy about is the vanilla smells. This year it was the vanilla smell, and that's that orange bottle that you just passed by.
Probably.
Huh?
The bow, Jean Paul Gaultier bow.
No, the Francis Kirkjean one. I'll keep going down a little bit more. That one right there, the one over, that one. That's the newest one that
looks
everybody.
extremely fucking sweet.
What is amber and vanilla, right? Like there's main prominent smells, but if you go down, it'll
This
give you
thing
the
probably
smell
hits
profile.
you like a truck.
It's a winter smell, yeah. It does hit you like a fucking truck. But again, as I said, when you're buying a perfume, look it up, see what you like. If you like fresh smells, then go after the fresh smells. But then also understand that you might not be able to use it for every day or time of the day or even time of the year, right? So your perfume should change along with the time of the day and time of the year, right? So this one is fresh, right? Like this is a fresher
Yeah, I really
scent.
like this one.
Pineapple-y. Go down, and then right there, go back up a little bit more, right there. So this one is more for the summertime, for spring, and
For
you
everything.
get away. Yeah,
It's,
but it is. If you go down on a smell profile, you got the pineapple in it. Go back up. Yeah. You got the pineapple in it, the freshness and stuff like that. And then you have the woodiness, right? That's the thing with designer perfumes. You're going to get the plethora. But when you go into niche perfumes, which are the more expensive ones, those now you can start differentiating. I think as a young person that doesn't have a lot of money, I say stick with fragrance designer perfumes. Depending how much money you want to spend, obviously. Even the designer ones can get pretty expensive. But I say like you can pick up for $50. You can pick up a Mont Blanc that's gonna smell really well, and that's gonna be maybe like a everyday wear, and then maybe
I'd say maybe if you're looking for not a cheap but a reasonably priced option is the 1 million. They also just released their red one. I think it's their
yeah, 1 million people
Royal.
love to hate on it.
I genuinely don't like the smell. I'm not the biggest
It's
fan.
very sweet, you know.
Not the biggest fan
the
of it.
Royal.
Yeah, very sweet. 1 million is extremely sweet.
I
However,
I just tried this when I was at the mall because I was shopping around and the lady gave me one of these for $106.
that's the small bottle though, right?
Yeah,
it's the small
1.7.
bottle.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
the 1.7. So how much is the big one? The big one's the
3.4.
one that I like.
175.
No, the 3.4. That's the
175.
normal size.
That's the 6.8 ounces, 175.
big
Yeah,
one.
6.8 ounces is 200 ml, so 3.4 is the 100 ml. This is your normal average size bottle, 135. It's pretty decent. But I say go back up to the awards. From that list, I say okay. So if you're gonna want to smell really well wintertime, I say get that 1 ounce bottle of the Jean Paul Gaultier. That's gonna get you where you need to go, right? Now, if you go down a bit, Terry d'Hermes, again, you can get a smaller bottle of that one. It's very fresh scent. So just those two small bottles will get you through winter and summer. Now, here's the thing: you wanna cheat the system. See that little bottle right there? That's square. That's an Arabic brand. That's only $30.
I've heard about this one.
And the dupe of this is a dupe of a Angel's. I think it's like Kilon's Angel. That one is like $400, and this is an exact same match to the smells, and it lasts longer and it smells better actually. This is a winter smell, so go the Arabic route because praline, dates, it's very sweet, you know. So I say get something like that, you know. But it is an older smell, right? Like it's more sophisticated. So I don't necessarily think this is gonna work for a younger person too much.
I never was too big into perfumes.
It'll change. Your smells will change with your time. You know, like Armaf is a Arabic brand, and they do have a couple of good ones. As you can see, the plethora of the perfumes that produces a lot because what a lot of times Arabic brands do, they'll copy good smells. Like keep going down just a bit more, a little bit more. There you go, right here. Club de Nuit, right?
I have it.
So
I have
go
that one.
go down just Club de Nuit Intense Men, right? Like that
Actually,
right
no,
there.
I lied. This one. This is
Yeah,
the one that
that's an exact match replica to Aventus. That's exactly what Aventus smells like.
I have.
Exactly.
Does
And
it actually? Because I'm not a big fan of it. Then.
yeah, that's exactly. This one is a little less sweet. But it's that
You know what
pineapple
thi-
smokiness.
You know what this one reminded me of, and the reason why I don't like it, the Dior Elixir, because it has that very strong punch at the beginning at least.
That's how
I don't
Aventus
like
is.
it.
So that one right there, a big bottle, the double size bottle is only $50.
Again, I say I don't like these colognes, but I'll still wear them. Like they're good
Yeah.
colognes. They're just if I'm looking for something to wear that I really like and really enjoy, I'm probably gonna go another route.
What I'm trying to say, if you have $100 to spend, a normal bottle of this one and a normal bottle of that Hawas Rasasi will get you through the entire year.
And these are $30, by the way.
Yeah, $30 fucking dollars. where Aventus is 500. And people that have the nose or whatever, they give this to them on a blind test and they cannot tell the difference. Which one is which, right? So, yeah, that's Aventus. Again, you're gonna see same profile, same fucking pineapple, same smokiness, same birch, same musk, you know, same pepperiness. It's just the exact same replica of it, right?
Well, we got to 130, fellas.
I thought I had really cool
We
articles
have
in there.
a crap
We
ton of
talked a lot.
articles still that we have to talk about, but we could do that next time.
But I want to talk about one thing though, which is I think pretty important. Today, Biden is expected to vote on tomorrow morning or what they're gonna do with Iran.
I heard about
Because
that.
3 soldiers passed, they were killed, American soldiers, and Biden pretty much came out and we might be headed to another war. Which is the funny part. Russia and China, who are friends with Iran, pretty much came back and said, pretend to be like big brother, and they're like, oh, this is a time when you cannot act emotional. You need to like de-escalate this and that and the third and the fourth. I'm like, who the fuck are you guys to tell us what to do? These are our soldiers that died. You know, now again, am I for the war? Absolutely not. I don't want a war, right? We're already stretched thin. We're sending money to Ukraine. We're sending money to Israel. Now, participating in a war in Iran, I don't know how much I like it, but this actually leads to my next point. Can you bring up that screenshot that I shout out to PBD podcast? They posted this actually. It's in a mod chat. Um, yeah, this screenshot, and I think this is a very important screenshot and gives you kind of like the lay of the land. So this is total responders, 18,500, right? And they responded. So as you can see, married men, overwhelmingly majority, close to 60%, go Republican. Married women, very close, go again Republican. Unmarried men, this is a little bit of a toss-up, but it's more than half, go Republican. However, as you can see, the biggest population of humans in the United States that goes Democrat is unmarried women, right? So if either one of the parties wants to win, they have to win the minds and hearts of this population because they are going to decide the elections.
Do you think where was this study done?
I don't remember. You can Washington Examiner. So it's 18,000 people that voted.
Yeah, that's my thing.
the source at the
18,000.
bottom
Do you think that
says-
that's really a big enough number?
Well, that's how statistics works, right? You take a random population. You know,
Right.
the
No, I
number
get
should
it.
be
And
randomized.
That's not like
you know?
18,000 is little either,
Yeah.
right?
Now, you can go with this. I can see this being a very it's pretty accurate description because, you know, we all know women are more communitarian, so they're going to vote Democrat, and if their girlfriends vote Democrat, they're going to vote Democrat as well. And you can see the numbers are there to say. And I think a big issue of this is probably like the abortion is going to be one of the biggest things. What's going to be done with that? Another thing is going to be maybe, you know, how there's that false understanding how women get 70 cents per dollar the man earns, which makes no damn sense to me. Like as a business owner, if I could hire all women and pay them only 70 cents on a dollar, why wouldn't I do that? You know what I mean? So I think those issues are going to be forefront. Equality and abortion, I think, is going to be the
It's just
determining
nothing
factor.
surprising. It's all shit that's been around.
Yes. But it's funny to me how married men and married women overwhelmingly vote Democrat. There's something about unmarried women that go Democrat. You know what I
I
mean?
don't know what it is.
Which I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense, right?
Democrats are more for supporting the people in a way. They're more for programs.
They're communitarian.
Exactly. So unmarried women don't typically have the sustainability that married women do have by having a man providing the resources.
So they just rely on the government to support
so they rely
them.
on the government.
So government because their husband?
Exactly. So they vote Democrat because of that.
Well, I don't know how
That's just a supporting factor.
So
as
that's-
to why they vote.
So what
that
you're
way.
saying, that's another thing that women don't want to do and just get shit for free?
And that's 40. So that's 4,200
unmarried women.
unmarried
specifically.
women.
Yeah. Yeah. Cuz you can see like the numbers, right? Democrats, married men, Democrats 40%, Republicans 60. Pretty even. Then you got married women 42%, 56. There's some part in there that votes other parties or doesn't vote at all, right? Which again, it's only 2% difference, right?
See, that's
So-
why I don't know. This study's good. It's rubbing me wrong in the sense where, like, I just broke it down, right? So 23% of the people in the study were the unmarried women, right? And then you split that up between 68 and the 31, right?
Yeah, so 68% of the
But that's only 40.
23%.
That's 4,200 unmarried women, and that's where they came up with the 68% and 31.
So, wait. So this, hold on.
23% of the 1857 won.
1857 times
0.23.
0.23.
It's 4,200.
But then 68% of that, so times 0.68. So the people the women that voted, almost 3,000 women said that they're going to vote Democrat and they're unmarried. Where you have the men, for example, let's just take the men,
Here, I
married
still have
men,
that figure up.
571
0.31,
times,
which is 1,300 Republican unmarried women.
times 59. So 3,287 married men said they would go Republican, which numbers are almost there. Because women are 2,900, men are 3,200. So it's pretty evenly distributed. The number is pretty evenly distributed, right? So now, who's out there just going out of their way to say how they're going to vote? I don't know. You know what I mean? I think mid-America is more in the middle, you know? But that's what we got so far. So I think if they're to win any of the presidencies, they have to win the hearts and minds of women. That's the bottom line, which makes sense. Why would they want to push equality, even though we're probably the most equal we've ever been?
I like this article. Can we do this one before we go?
Yep.
14 most luxurious watch brands of 2024. So, I'm assuming we're gonna have the top ones here. Let's see if they get it right. Patek Philippe, yep. So these guys are kind of like the Mac Daddy of the of the watch of the watch world. Vacheron, yep. If you know, you know. When it comes to Vacheron, this watch is so fucking cool.
Rolex, yeah, I see it. They mean number
Everyone
3.
knows Rolex. See, this is one that not everybody knows. It's even more. It's even more tucked than Vacheron, if you ask me.
Ulysse Saint Nardin.
Yeah,
I'm just surprised it's number 4 on the list. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not.
I would probably
With the
put Jaeger
watches,
LeCoultre above Ulysse.
No, because
And above Rolex.
GLC is cheaper.
It depends which ones. If you go to
I
those
know you're
perpetual
saying which ones
calendars,
though, but which Ulysse Sardine is less than 10 grand. I don't think there's any.
Ulysse Saint Nardin, yeah, you get them for 10 grand.
Okay.
Yeah, I think JLC should be above Rolex. You know, I don't know.
think so too.
I don't know how Maurice Lacroix made it there, and Omega is behind it, even though Maurice Lacroix is there.
I don't know how
Audemars
Audemars
Piguet,
Piguet is so
you know?
low on this list.
Yeah, I don't know about this Cartier so low on the list. You know, I don't know how much I agree with this
And
list.
Tag even being on this list?
Yeah. Is a luxury watch, and the only one that they have really luxury watch would be that Monaco watch. That's it.
And it's not really a luxury watch. It's a straight up sports
Ro-
watch.
Roger Dubois. Roger Dubois sells watches that are more expensive than Richard Mille. You know what I mean? That should be right up there with Patek. You know,
What is it? Breguet?
Briquet.
Yeah, this is not
Briquet. Yeah,
surprising.
Briquet is one of the oldest ones. Watchmaking
They're
companies.
literally
Yeah.
the ones who made the first wristwatch.
Yeah.
Not like production wise, but they made the first wristwatch.
Clochot original. Yeah. Okay. Frank Muller. Really? I think these are paid ads, bro. And then well, this is the Frank Muller that looks kind of like Richard Mille. Yeah, and Richard Mille not even there. Hublot not even there, even though people buy it. It is considered a luxury brand. I mean, no matter what you say.
Right.
So I think this whoever reached out to these people like, hey, we're gonna put an article out. This how many people gonna see this. How much money are you paying for that number 1 spot? Patek was like, you have to put our name as number 1.
Let me ask you
Because
this:
if you put it as number 2, people gonna laugh at you.
why do you think the Bulgari Octo Finissimo
Finissimo.
doesn't do as well as the other Genta designed watches?
Because-
and it's beautiful, man. It's a nice watch. It's thin, automatic with a micro rotor.
Well, it's the Genta designed the first Octa. No, not the Octa Finissimo. Octa Finissimo is their thin one. I don't think Genta designed that one.
Yeah, he did.
The very thin one?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it's the round one that Genta designed. But Bulgari, everybody looks at Bulgari as a jewelry maker. That's why. They don't look at it as a watchmaker. It's regarded as a jewelry maker, so not necessarily a watch. It's kind of like Dior and Chanel have really good watches with rhinestones
Or
on it.
Hermes.
Or Hermes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't look at them as watchmakers because they're just...
Yeah, the first Octo was designed
First Octo,
in 1980s.
which is the round one, right? Not the flat, skinny one, square one. He's got Bulgari
Can
on
you
a-
just search Genta designed Octo?
Yeah. So, I don't think this is designed by Genta. That's the Octo Finissimo. The new Octo Finissimo, that's the one.
Put original in the search.
Maybe he did design that one. But that I like that watch. That watch is actually bigger watch. Like those the bracelet on it is hella big. Like if you see it in person, it's very big. But again, it's a
They saying that they're happy they finally came out with it in a full gold.
yeah, they're happy with it came out. But who's buying this at $45,000, man? Like go back to the stainless steel. Stainless steel is $15,000. It costs more to buy this than buy a Rolex. You know what I mean?
What's up, bro?
From a brand
We'll be out there in just a second.
from a brand that I don't know. That's just $26,000.
Go to the original
Still
search,
nice.
Miggy. Just go to pictures real quick.
Sponsored by no.
Go to the pictures. Go to the pictures. I want to see the one that Genta first designed. Like why can't they give us that?
Dude, Gerald Genta designed Bulgari.
Yeah, maybe we can get that.
Bulgari, not Octo, just Bulgari. Bulgari with a V.
With a V? What the fuck you got a V from, Jay?
There's Bulgari with a V? No? Oh, okay, it's not. It's Bulgari. Never mind.
Look at that, right where his face is. Okay,
That's
nope,
the
those
Patek.
are Pateks.
Yeah, that one. Go back. I always thought... No, not that one. Yeah, so... I don't know. Click on that picture with the face again. No. There was another one. Yeah, with 3 watches. Yeah. Audemars Piguet. Yeah, so see...
No,
I
that's
think
an IWC.
that's an IWC, okay. So, I don't know, man.
It looks like that's the original, man. Just like that.
Yeah?
That's the original.
Okay.
Just like the one we've been seeing this whole time. That's the original. Yeah.
Okay.
Not that, but the one on the integrated bracelet.
What does it say? Watch, Bulgari Octo, Chronograph, Quadro Retro.
Scroll
Yeah,
up.
Gerald Genta, right there. That was the original Gerald Genta design. It's more round. It's not as squarish.
I mean, even the
The thing is more
like
round.
okay, put that one in the middle. I'm sorry, I know you to your left. Yeah, like that's the
Yeah,
original.
but see the bezel is round.
Yeah, but the internal bezel has those
Correct.
edges.
The new
That's where
one-
it gets octo from.
The new one has like you can see those breaks more.
This looks just like that. The new one.
Very similar. Yeah.
Go
I
to the
agree.
listings you were looking at, the gold ones. The listings you had on separate pages. Yep, right there. Yeah, it looks just like it. It's still got that
Yeah,
circular
yeah,
bezel.
Yeah.
It's the same watch. They still haven't changed it. That's really cool. I mean, shit, it's a Genta designed watch. You better not fucking change it.
Yeah, but at $15,000, like just because Genta designed it, I don't. I mean,
You don't think it's worth it at 15K? I do.
I put that on my hand. I'm gonna say it. It's thin. I put that on my hand. Those lugs, bro. It's huge. They're
Yes,
huge.
it's a huge bracelet.
Huge bracelet.
But it's only a 40mm watch, so it's like the size of my PRX. It's
yeah,
not
but
that
when
big.
your PRX is tapered down, this
Yes.
is just there
Right.
in your face. So
All right, I think that's enough for today, guys. Thank you, everyone who came
if
to
it was
watch.
$8,000 or 5,000, 5 to
less than
8,000,
10,
I say
basically.
Yeah.
Less than 10?
Yeah.
All right. I see we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, guys. Thank you for coming to watch today. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Well, hopefully, we'll just keep all the articles we didn't get to. Guys, Vitality. Don't forget our official sponsor in the chat. Smash that in the chat. Anytime you guys put Vitality in the chat, you can do one-time offer. You can get yourself a credit. If you haven't already reclaimed your credit, go ahead and get it. Besides that, guys, thank you.